Whoa, a UFO was taken by U.S. air crews. This is according to Representative Matt Gaetz. This is a crazy story. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, and smash the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. I would love to see you guys there. And please comment on the story as I am going through it. So lately, we've had Congress people coming out and talking about UFOs, not just talking about UFOs, but actually enacting legislation to create AARO, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. For the first time ever, we have Congress getting involved in the UFO topic in a serious way. And that's amazing. And now we actually have Congress people coming out talking about stuff they have learned through their involvement with this stuff. And Matt Gaetz just came out a few days ago talking about something that he learned in a classified briefing. And of course, he can't give a lot of details, but he says he is aware he was shown images of a UFO being taken by U.S. air crews. This is crazy. Let's see what he had to say, and then we'll talk about it. Here goes.
Do you believe in UFOs? What's going on with these things lately? What can you tell us?
I have seen evidence of craft that I am not familiar with any of our allies or adversaries or even our country possessing. I've seen that craft taken by air crews who have gotten quite close to it, and we've got a lot more questions about why this information isn't more broadly available to the American people. If there's stuff flying over our skies and we don't know about it, whether it's Chinese, whether it's unworldly, I think we need a lot more transparency, and we've actually got a group of Congress members together that are going to be conducting a lot more investigations and trying to get this information before the public so that we can have a lot more assessment of the threat level and the risk level.
That would be great.
Whoa, isn't that nuts? So I wish he had gone into some more details about that, but we've got a UFO being taken by U.S. air crews. What does that mean? He says they were able to get close to it, which to me indicates they were in the air. This isn't, a UFO crash or a landing that U.S. air crews are interacting with on the ground. And he's actually talking about air crews in the air who are apparently intercepting a UFO. Now, I have talked a lot about on this channel. Various times, U.S. Pilots are said to have engaged with UFOs, either fired at them or intercepted them, sometimes even escorted them as if they were on friendly terms. So I would love for Matt Gaetz to expound on this. He's probably not able to, and I don't even know how much information he was given on that. But it's really compelling, and we also have some follow-up information provided by Representative Tim Burchett. So let's see what he has to say.
I know you were recently invited to take part in a classified briefing that was out in Florida, right?
Correct.
Is there anything you can say about it? I know we've heard a few things about heat signatures and...
Yeah, I think Matt said most of it. Matt just said that, he became aware of a craft that, at least in his mind and anybody else he's talked to, didn't exist. It did not exist. And its heat signature was on the bottom of it. It was Bell or elongated, not elongated, but a compressed saucer type situation. And it had some particular things on it that, I'm not sure. I just don't know. I don't know. We talked to the pilots and they described what they saw. And I won't tell you what it was, but I leaned over to Matt. You know what a spook is, right? They're CIA operative, whatever. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, I've been to them.
A pilot said something, and it was sort of one of those. After he said it, I could tell he thought, "Damn, I shouldn't have said that." And then I leaned over to Matt and I said, "Looks like the spook is getting nervous." And he looked up and said, "I said something that they should have." And but we're getting closer.
What a tease. The spook leaned over and he said something he shouldn't have said. Well, what was that? My God, what a tease. Representative Tim Burchett, that's crazy. You can't just throw that out there and not follow up on that. Oh, that's so frustrating. But he does corroborate what Matt Gaetz said and basically repeats that story with a few additional details. It was a saucer-shaped craft, a compressed saucer-shaped craft. I guess that means a small saucer. And it had a heat signature on the bottom. Other than that, he didn't really provide any details. He said there were some interesting features of the craft. He didn't expound on any of them. Is he talking about like the 3 nodes on the bottom that we sometimes see in pictures and video? Or is he talking about something more esoteric? Who knows? But we also don't know if that's what the spook was talking about or not. But it definitely sounds like there's some juicy stuff involving this UFO that they're not at liberty to say. So what could it be? We already know about the crazy maneuvers they can do. So what is it that they learned about this particular craft that they are not able to talk about? Are we talking about some sort of communication from the craft? Did they communicate in any way? Did it, commit an act of war, jamming their equipment or something, and they don't want to talk about that because that could be a sign of aggression? Just speculating because that's all we have to go on. But we do know there's something about this particular craft that they're not at liberty to say. Why did they intercept it? Maybe that's the question. Did they intercept it because it was possibly abducting people or spying on U.S. military bases or interfering with U.S. military bases? I'm thinking of the cases where they have apparently shut off nuclear weapons. Are we dealing with something like that? Again, all speculation because that's all we have to go on. But it's a really juicy tease that these 2 congressmen provided, that they were showing pictures and images of a UFO, an object not in the arsenal or portfolio of any world power. And it had some interesting features that they can't talk about. And U.S. jets were trying to intercept it, and they got close, apparently. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about this story? What do you think it means? Where do you think the conversation goes from here? Because we already have Congress people talking about UFOs. Are they going to talk about communications next? Are they going to talk about reverse engineering? Are they going to talk about beings? Are we going to have Congress people talking about how, hey, there were some bodies recovered, and by the way, 1 or more of them were still alive? Are sitting Congress people going to go there? I think we might live in the days where we get that stuff. Now, I think we do. I think some of that is very potentially going to come out in the next few years. Will that be disclosure with a capital D if sitting Congress people are talking about it? Or is it not officially disclosure unless it comes from the president, him or herself? So I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, sitting Congress people admitting that there are non-human craft, or craft at least that no known power can create and that can elude our jets. To me, that's disclosure. I mean, maybe not with a all capital letters disclosure, maybe just with 1 capital D. But yeah, it's amazing, guys. So let me know what you think. And if you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. And join me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, links below. And of course, check out some of my other videos. All right, until next time, this is Jack signing out.